supposed to kick her hearts when it's down, motherfucker, I'ma bury you. Don't type it up, I'll light you up on piece of place to put you out, I'ma bury you. Is it you? Is it me? Is it true? Let me see. Is it you? Motherfucker, I'ma bury you. Don't care if you ain't supposed to kick her hearts when it's down, motherfucker, I'ma.
Chelsea Bates called me last night at 1:30 or 1:45 in the morning, and she was drunker than a skunk, and she woke me up, and she threatened physical violence against me, and I didn't answer. She left a voicemail the first time, and then the second time I answered, and she told me that she ended up in the ER this week, and that Bunny is in the ER. What? She also told me that her that Gable, that her husband, assaulted her daughter. What? Chelsea Bates just called the cops on me like a week ago and is trying to get them to charge me with something, which they're never gonna do, but hello, she just called the cops in her town and was trying to like brag about it and had a freaking card. If you are in this kind of a situation where there's violence in the home, there's major abuse in that home. I don't know who's the aggressor. I don't know if he is or she is. Maybe they both are. I probably should call a domestic violence call on them. She called me and said, like, this is insane. Are you happy, Hags? Are you happy, Lonnie? If you guys had just put this shit down a year ago when I asked you to, or back in November, if you had just not decided that you wanted to ruin my life, if you guys had just been big girls and moved on with your life and gone and done something, you can still have your weird little group. You don't have to try to make me not exist. I get to exist. I'm allowed to fucking exist, okay? And you guys are literally killing yourselves trying to make it so that I don't exist. That's never gonna work. Like, ever. This is so fucked up. And if Bunny's in the emergency room, oh, okay. Me posting a video about you that didn't even get 2,000 views sent you to the emergency room? And guess what? I care about your mental state, even if you don't give a fuck about mine. Are you actually in the emergency room? Did you really go, Bunny? Because you act all hard online. You think this is all funny. It's a fucking game. You play both sides. Oh, and then you get caught in your own fucking lies, and that sends you to the emergency room? Maybe you should think about what you're doing on the internet. See, it's not games. It's not funny. It's not funny when it's your fucking life, is it? It's not funny when it's your personal life. You guys love twisting up stories about my personal life and saying horrific shit about me that never fucking happened and trying to psychologically torture me into taking my own life. But when you get even an ounce of the same energy back, you guys cannot handle it. And if they actually ended up in the ER, yeah, this is really scary. This is why I keep saying somebody's gonna die. And why would Chelsea Bates, of all people, admit to me that her husband assaulted her daughter, and she's staying with her husband, and then she goes, oh, actually he wants to talk to you, and he grabs the fucking phone out of her hand and hangs up. What happened after that? What happened after that? I literally should probably send a domestic violence call over there, but I'm not gonna do that. Their lives are already fucked up enough. I don't know them personally, and I'm not Caitlin McWilliams, right? I'm not going to try to purposely fuck up somebody else's life just to do it. But that's all that Caitlyn and Lonnie do. And for somebody who claims to see signs and symbols, Miss Jubilee Briscoe, you can't fucking see that Hags and Sleuthy are the common denominator in fucking everything? You can't see that? Damn, you have no pattern recognition then. None. None. Fucking idiots. Like, you guys are throwing around harassment charges. You want to charge me with harassment, but you're calling me at fucking 2:30 in the morning. Saying crazy shit. And I don't want to do that. Back to Chelsea, whatever the fuck her name is. I don't want to send the cops over to invest. Like, I don't know what to do. You guys are putting me in such a fucking weird position. But that's why this shit needs to stop. Can you imagine if Hags and Sleuthy had just moved on with their life back in November? Or Hags had said, yeah, you know what? I don't need to fuck Allie over. Maybe I could just move on with my life and me and Sleuthy could go start our own little... Why don't you guys have your own lives? Why can't you go do your own things? I am allowed to exist. You guys don't get to gang stalk me out of existence. And there's such a clear pattern where I try to put this down, I walk away. I never even posted the text messages between Chelsea and her husband. I try to give you guys some grace. I keep this stuff on my stories for the most part. And yeah, part of me is planning on exposing everyone about the Michaela Rain stuff, but I don't want people to get hurt. This is why I fucking said no to the documentary, and Hags knows it, and she has a voice note to prove it, and she lied about that too. I got offered a major fucking documentary from actual celebrities in a major production company, and it was a 3-year contract, and I could have, yeah, if I didn't have control of my own sense of wanting to get revenge on Samara and Carrie Ann, like, I fasted for days, I thought about it, I prayed about it literally. I don't even know what I was praying to, but I prayed and I was just like, what is the right decision? Because everything in me wants to do this documentary. And because of other people's mental health, mainly Samara and Carrie Ann, because that's who they were going to go after so hard, I didn't do the fucking documentary. Those women wanted me wiped from the planet, and I still thought about their mental health. And I was like, what if Carrie Ann takes her life because of this documentary? What if Samara's a fucking narcissist, but she is the most sensitive person on the planet? I hate those women with every fiber of my being, but I said no. And thank God I said no, because I would have been contractually tied to fucking Hags and Sleuthy for the next 3 fucking years. And I wouldn't have been able to get out of it, and the story wouldn't have been right. Because those two twat waffles have been instigating this shit the whole fucking time. From Samara to Roxy to everybody. And they still can't stop. And they did so much dangerous stuff to Jubilee. And now they're just over there enabling Jubilee. And you know who needs to take responsibility for these women ending up in the ER? All of you. If it's even true that they did. Who knows if that's even true. But Krissa, how about any of you start taking responsibility for what you guys do? You're never going to wipe another person off the planet. You're only going to ruin yourselves. You guys aren't fucking friends. You have one goal, and that's destruction of Allie Priestley. And it's never going to fucking work. And your personal lives are a goddamn mess. And if Chelsea Bates is going to stay with a man who assaults her daughter, and you guys think that you can talk about anybody else? I mean, and Hags and Sleuthy are the most pathetic, weird, like, why can't you guys get your own lives? None of this would be happening today if you all had just put this down. Same with Krissa. All of you have given Jubilee this psycho ego because you don't like me, you wanted to hurt me, and because you're losers with no friends. This isn't community when people are ending up in psych wards, when people are ending up in the ER. And no, I don't want to do what Hags did to me to other people and try to, like, the police don't need to be involved in 40-year-olds' online drama. What the fuck is going on? And the common denominator is always Hags and Sleuthy. This video is for educational purposes only. Fuck all of you. And let's talk more about why this is all Caitlin's fault. Okay? Caitlin is the only reason, who is Hags, right? She's the only reason that I even knew that Chelsea Bates went over and started hanging out with Jubilee. Oh my god, once again, the common denominator. I get a fucking text last year, oh, don't want to bother you, but Chelsea Bates has turned on you and she's crazy and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, she's really mentally unwell. I don't want to hear about her. Like, that's really upsetting if she turned against me and started hanging out with Jubilee, but that makes sense because Chelsea has a psychosis disorder. And she told me she was turning into a fucking wooden doll and a tree, and that she hadn't moved from her bed in weeks. And I asked her husband about that, and he said that's all true. Like, she has a serious psychosis disorder. She has been diagnosed with serious mental health issues, and she's on heavy fucking medication. So why is she drinking alcohol? Why is she... Yeah, okay. Maybe it's time to stop drinking. Obviously, it's time to stop drinking, Chelsea. I could literally fuck her life up today, and I'm not going to. See, that's the difference. See, maybe you should try that, Caitlin. I can't believe Caitlin has the fucking... Well, I can because she's so fucking dumb. But while she's harassing me, she has the audacity to call and try to charge me with harassment. Bitch, who are you? Okay? And let's talk about the fact that Caitlin used to make fun of Chelsea all the time. And I literally told them, stop telling me about Chelsea Bates. So Caitlin and Lonnie both know, they were obsessed with the fact that Jubilee was so sick. That's why Lonnie has 8 Google Drives about Jubilee. And found all of her unlisted videos, found her private Reddit shit, found everything that Jubilee's ever done on the internet. Lonnie found it. And fed it to me and made me fucking insane. And Jubilee, you have a part in this too. When the fuck are you gonna recognize that you have been holding a gang stalking space for years and you literally might end up in prison because of it? Let's just say it out loud. Quite literally, bitch. And you hold this space for people to hate. And you guys plot and plan and scheme and stalk and you like put surveillance on my life. And it's really fucking sick. And it's really fucking affected me mentally. And I wouldn't know that you did any of that shit because you have no influence except for Hags and Sleuthy were telling me. And then I cut them off and then they turn around and now they're fucking friends with you. I've seen you guys talking to Chelsea. I have pictures of all that. You're like, I'm so glad we're all fucking friends. I'm so glad we're all friends. Oh, these are the caliber of people you all hang out with. And either Hags and Sleuthy both just developed delusional disorders, or they literally think Jubilee is a cult leader. Or they're lying and they're using her for their own sick pleasure as a place to fucking hate me, and they know that it would drive me crazy if they were friends with Jubilee, and they are so fucking pathetic and deluded, and they have nothing else to do, and they have no fucking discipline. You guys have no fucking integrity, no discipline, nothing. I told Hags in November, I was like, I bet you're gonna go hang out with Jubilee now. I was like, you've done it every day for the last 2 years when I've begged you not to. You've just been hurting her. And now you're still hurting her. So you both, Lonnie and Sleuthy, are taking advantage of super fucking sick women, Jubilee and Chelsea. You guys are taking advantage of them. Either you are just as sick as them, or you are taking advantage of them. And I think it's a little bit of both. You guys both were obsessed with the fact that Jubilee is so mentally unwell for over a year. You guys are responsible for this shit. And then you go and make a woman that you know is so crazy, so sick, so cruel, isn't taking care of her child. You go and tell her personal information about me. And then you're like, oh, Allie can't be mad about it. Allie, I mean, the fact that Hags is shocked that I'm mad that she put out personal fucking information after a few years of friendship. And not only that, that she lied about it and twisted it into some bullshit. Like saying shit that I punched my mother in the face the night I almost took my own life. That did not happen. You guys have twisted this into the weirdest fucking shit of all time. I knew that Hags was dumb. By the time I was done with her, I didn't know that she was a fucking twisted ass lying twat bag. But now she's proven it. She can't even tell stuff that happened in our friendship correctly, and she has all the voice notes. She won't even put out full fucking voice notes. How about you put out all the voice notes and all the shit that you guys did to Jubilee? How about you put out the proof that you're the one who told me that Krissa was over there? You're the one who told me that, that what's her name was over there, and that Chelsea was over there. And I told you guys to stop telling me about Chelsea. I said, she's sick. I don't want to hear about it. Like, this is so messed up. And Hags is like, anyways, Chelsea said this, Chelsea said that. And now you guys have driven Chelsea into an actual, like, period of, like, I wonder what's happening today. I'm worried about her life. I'm worried about, this situation with her daughter. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? And yes, Chelsea needs to take responsibility too. But if Hags hadn't gone and told all these really crazy people stuff about me just to hurt me, Jubilee wouldn't have an ego the size. Jubilee literally thinks she's Jesus Christ. She says she wants a slave now. And Hags is like, I'm gonna help Jubilee save the world. She's not crazy at all. Do you want that shit to go to family court, Hags? Like, genuinely, you want to fuck with my life so bad? You want me to show the Michigan family courts what's going on with you and what you support and all that shit? She is in such a serious fucking custody battle with her ex. She is in Michigan family courts all the fucking time. So fucking stressed out. And you're gonna get online and support. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you guys fuck around with personal shit like this? I didn't even know this underbelly of the world existed until Samara showed up in my life, until Sleuthy showed up in my life, until Hag showed up in my life. And then it's like this fucking quicksand vortex. And then you find out people have been doing this for years. This is just how people live. It's disgusting. Get a fucking life, Caitlin McWilliams. And this shit is about to boomerang back to you so fucking bad. You know what a boomerang is? Yeah, you're about to get slapped in the fucking face with your own fucking boomerang that you sent out and try to hurt a bunch of people. It's just gonna go right in your fucking face, bitch. Right in your fucking face. Have you ever heard of just like handling business with someone? Have you ever heard of just like ending a conflict? Again, I get to exist. You don't get to decide if I exist or not. There is such a clear pattern where I try to walk away, I put this down, and you fuckers can't leave me alone. I'm allowed to talk about what you did to me. Shocker, maybe you shouldn't have gone and put out a voice note about the night I almost took my life and only play little clips that suit you. Right, I can talk about this shit forever, Caitlin. Lonnie. And I actually have fucking platforms, and that's also what makes you guys nervous. Right? But this is getting so dirty and so serious. It's already been fucking dirty for years. When are you two, and when is Jubilee, and when is Krissa? When the fuck are all of you just gonna go do something else? Have you ever been the fuck outdoors? Have you ever gone camping? Have you ever read a fucking book? You are messing up your lives, hoping it will end mine. This video is for educational purposes, no hate. Okay, sorry. What I was trying to say in my last story is Caitlin and Lonnie used to make fun of Jubilee and Chelsea all the time, and Lonnie was obsessed with Jubilee's mental state and like literally has chronicled her entire life in such a fucking creepy way. And these are the only two people that are the common denominator in this entire fucking situation. From the beginning to the end, and neither of them can fucking let it go. And so what this means, if they know, there's so much proof that they know that Chelsea Bates and Jubilee Briscoe are both very unwell women that have delusional disorders, that struggle with actual psychosis often, that have some sort of mania, whatever they have, right? Hags and Sleuthy know that. So what that means is Hags and Sleuthy either all of a sudden developed fucking psychosis themselves, or all of a sudden developed delusional disorders themselves, or they are using Chelsea and Jubilee. And like I said, I think it's a little of both. I think that they have both always been very fucked up humans, and they're finally with the right group of people, right? Like my followers now, the people who are watching these stories now, they don't go and do creepy shit to these people. They don't go bother them. They don't go poke them. They support me behind the scenes. Like people always said I had dangerous followers before. Yeah, it was Hags and Sleuthy and Sedgenox and these fucking idiots who think that they can speak for other people, who get so obsessed with online drama that they would drive people to psych wards to, like when Jubilee went to the psych ward last year, I literally was like, everyone needs to fucking stop. This is so fucking serious. And who didn't stop? Who didn't stop? Oh my fucking god, Hag, Sleuthy, Krissa, you guys didn't fucking stop. Yeah. And I know more people behind the scenes. I bet everybody in this situation behind the scenes has wanted to take their own life. So everybody better stop acting all fucking hard. Because you guys have put me through hell, and I just don't put it online, because why would I? Because you fucking losers would make fun of me. If I cry, that's like bleeding around actual fucking sharks. So no, I'm not gonna I'm gonna protect myself. But you guys have put me through actual fucking hell. And if you think it's not documented, I just haven't put it online, but it's very documented. Yeah, people die because of this shit. So how about everybody? I know that Jubilee, that Hags, that Sleuthy, I bet you guys all have reached mental health breaking points so many times because of this. So put it the fuck down. But you guys won't. You guys won't. And Hags has already started some things in motion that can't stop now. That cannot stop now. And like I said, you guys are all going to be praying that you had put this down in November. And that's a fucking promise, bitch. That's a promise. Put it in your back pocket. Right? Right there for you. I am so fucking mad at Caitlin and Lonnie. And Chelsea wouldn't have this rage towards me and be making fun of me about the smoothie story and be making fun of me about all the shit if Hags didn't go tell people shit that happened. And again, why don't you guys play all the fucking voice notes? Why don't you play what Hags said back to me? Why don't you tell full fucking stories? Oh, because it would make me look like the honest one. Because I am. And if you guys heard what actually happened to me the first time I had a mental health crisis and almost took my life, because there's only one time that I've talked about online, but I've had multiple times that shit has gotten very scary. Because this is fucking real life. But the first time when I got drunk and had a mental health crisis, what was I trying to talk about with that? Fuck, hold on. Oh, what I was trying to say is, when I tell the entire story of what happened that night, when I'm ready to talk about these things that happened that Hags just put out to the world that she twisted into lies, that's the craziest part. You don't have to lie. The stories themselves are horrible enough, but that's what happens when you get targeted by a malignant narcissist as an autistic person. Yep, I have mental health issues, guys. Yeah, wow. Apparently everybody else is allowed to have them except for me. But she can't even just tell the truth about these stories. She has to twist them into the craziest things that never happened. But if, when people hear about what actually happened to me the first time when I relapsed on alcohol and stuff, and I haven't touched alcohol since that night, and I'm so fucking proud of myself, but, yeah, it would make you guys fucking cry. And Hags has taken bits and pieces of that story and used it like it's a fucking pawn piece. And it has already fucked her over in serious ways. And Krissa and Zedgenox and all those people, they'll come into my live streams and they'll make fun of me about the way that I almost took my life, so specifically. They'll be like, why don't you go do this to yourself? Why don't you go do that to yourself? We know what happened that night. And then they'll twist it into all this stuff. If you can go into somebody's live stream and make fun of and suggest that they go hurt themselves in a way that almost took them off this planet. Oh, and then you fuckers have the audacity to sit there and be like, we don't bully Allie. We don't know why she freaks out. We don't know why she's talking about us. We don't bully her. We don't bully her. Oh, no, just every day since November that I open up this fucking app, Hags, Sleuthy, Zedgenox, somebody is harassing me with these stories that only Hags knew. Except for twisted versions of them. Somebody's doing it. And I found out one of the main people is Hags. And then she's like, oh, nobody's poking Allie. Bitch, you're in my comment section every fucking time I open this fucking app. Every time I go live, you guys lose your fucking minds because you're sitting at home and you have nothing to do and you're waiting for me to go live so that you can fucking breathe again and have something to talk about. Oh my god, it's called moving on with your life, Caitlin. And since you can't, now 2 women are in the ER, I'm allowed to fucking defend myself. And you gave people all this fucking information about me just to feed your own sick shit, just to try to get me back. What for what? I didn't want to be your fucking friend, you goddamn loser. You were creeping me out, and so then I told you that, and what did you do? You've gone and been the biggest fucking creep for a year and a half, and then try to slap me with harassment? Bitch, you don't know your fucking... You don't know what is about to come to you. I would not want to be Caitlin McWilliams. I'll tell you that. It's just like Samara. You can only bend the fabric of reality so far, and she knows how she was harassing me on that fucking burner account and the shit she said to me. She was like, do you need to be well checked? Do you need a... She was like, I'm going to call Adult Protective Services on you. She's like, it's time for me to be a bitch. You've already been a bitch for 2 years and nobody fucking listens to you, so you're desperate. And you hate that I don't need you. And you hate that I'm fine without you. In fact, I'm so much better. And you have only proven that you are an absolute fucking creep, Caitlin. Are you a fucking narcissist? That's the only thing that makes sense. I hate that word. But you either fucking all of a sudden have a cluster B fucking psychotic disorder with delusions like Chelsea and Jubilee, or you're fucking using them. And I bet it's that you're using them. But you are fucked no matter what in the head, bitch. This video is for educational purposes.